So Ron, we're visiting a little bit about the price of oil and how it affects not only your business, but all small businesses. What kind of price do you think is the right price for you to be very profitable?
Well, I think we all like $70 oil. That tends to spark more investment in the secondary, tertiary recovery market, particularly CO2. I think CO2's probably had some hard times in the last couple of years in many cases, and as these new wells mature, they're certainly going to be candidates for CO2.
Well, as we see the production grow in the Permian, we have 6.6 million barrels per day produced, a record for the past month. That certainly goes against higher oil prices.
Absolutely.
Additionally, OPEC is continuing to take back market share that they gave to us after COVID, and that's adding more world supply. So in the world bucket, there seems to be plenty of oil right now, and unfortunately, that's putting a damper on prices. You've seen many cycles. It doesn't seem like we have so much of the boom and bust economy anymore, but there are certainly growth periods and slow periods. So where do you think we are now?
We're certainly heading into probably a tougher market. At 53, I'm sure these companies can make money. It's just a matter of, can they keep that pace up? And we know that trend's going down. They're in a position where they probably haven't done the maintenance they've needed to do because they've been putting all their efforts into drilling. Mm-hmm. They haven't done that upgrading of facilities and consolidating. So there's certainly room to sell and furnish automation projects.
So regardless of the price of oil, the business doesn't stop.
No.
There will still be production. You can't just turn one of your valves and turn off the well. You have to let it continue to produce.
Sure, absolutely.
And as long as that continues, then there will be jobs out here.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about your workforce. One thing we notice in the local economy, and this has been true as long as I've lived in West Texas, you have young workers and you have really old workers, and there's no one in between. Do you experience that in your own business?
It can be a struggle. A lot of training. It's difficult to find people with a lot of experience, and so we just try to pass that on to the young guys.
Mm-hmm. And so there is an abundance of older workers in our area, and sooner or later they're going to retire. So that seems to me like it would create its own job market for young people that want to get into the industry.
Absolutely, and I think that maybe with Midland College expanding some of their mm-hmm. course offerings, et cetera, maybe we'll see a little bit more come into that market.
Well, I know that Midland College is making a huge investment, not only in the professional studies, but also in the trade studies.
Absolutely.
And that's important. The thing about the Permian that really keeps me out here and draws me to the area is that it's the only place I know of in the country where, as long as you're willing to work hard, you can make a substantial living and raise the economic status of your family. And I'm sure you see that in your business. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's I've been out here since 1981, so yes, we've been through a lot of ups and downs, but we're still going strong. Because we specialize, we're not really known as a construction company, so what we try to do is just provide good service for the products that we represent and try to be experts in that field.
Well, we have wonderful engineering firms in our area that are building gas plants and CO2 recovery stations. Do you work with them as well on their designs?
Do a lot of control valve sizing, actuator sizing, and valve recommendations for many processes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very important, that everyone is involved in the process. And again, that's what really helps us in small business, because they need the expertise of the small businessman.
Right. We try to fill that gap between the field and the engineering, mm-hmm. and try to make good recommendations and have a broad enough offering where we're not pushing a particular product per se, but maybe the best solution for that application.
So, Ron, we've seen so many small businesses sell out to private equity firms or to merge with larger companies. Is that something that's in your future?
Not at this time, no. I mean, we hope to stay small and keep that, even if we grow into more than one site, we want to have that response that we have now, which is someone that can go see the client, go to the field and see the facilities, be close to the client and understand their needs and provide what will work for them.
Operate out of Midland, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And your service area is how big?
Pretty large. We cover eastern Mexico, West Texas, and the Panhandle.
As we talk about our sponsor, Chevron, I'm sure they appreciate you buying their gasoline to put all those miles on your truck.
Yes, sir.
So we visited a little bit about oil price. What do you think is going to happen with oil prices?
I mean, I'm hoping that this drop in oil price is going to boost our overall economy. You know, bring in more factories to the United States, give us some more offering other than, you know, products from China and India. As that happens, oil price is going to come back.
The best cure for low oil price is low oil price. Right?
Exactly.
It increases demand. Supply creates its own demand.
Right.
And so that'll raise the bar for all of us and enable you to sell more automation.
There you go.
In this age, AI is the big topic these days. And so becoming more efficient is essential, especially with low oil prices, to maintain margins for the oil companies. I would think that's a big part of your business, is maintaining that efficiency.
We've been experimenting probably like many other companies, small companies. It's really just trying to be efficient internally, or at this time, that's what we're using it for.
Mm-hmm. And whenever you put a valve on a project, is that something you service for the life of that valve?
Yes, sir.
Or is the valve the property of the your end customer?
Well, it's their property, and then we service it as long as they want us to come out and take care of it.
So, Ron, it's been such a pleasure visiting with you about our local economy and about your business. If people want your services, please tell us how we can reach you.
You can go to our website or call us. We're in South Midland and on 1012 South Good Street.
Wonderful. And what's your phone number if they want to give you a call?
432-570-1997.